on. आज हमारा Hi, good evening. Very good evening to all of you. So this is session number 7 in our preparation for SBI PO mains. So as I already announced, this is a session on the new type puzzles. Now, what is this new type puzzles? This is basically no new type, but they give you that same thing in the garb of some numbers and stuff like that, and you get confused. So that's the reason why I called it new type puzzles. It'll be a very short session, probably just 45 minutes or an hour. I just intend to do 3 puzzles today just to get you started here. The reason I'm doing this is that it appeared in some of the exams last year, and people were actually bamboozled when they actually looked at these puzzles. So I just wanted to get you started. And another reason was that in the prelims also we saw a few puzzles that are based on numbers. So I just thought I'll take 3 different types of puzzles and get you started on this. So this is the agenda for today. Let me just very quickly go to the puzzle and start with it. I'll whatever I have to share, I'll just keep sharing in between. So let me just remove myself from the screen and go to the first one. This is your first puzzle. This is actually very simple. Let's see how much time you take to crack this. So this is the first one. Just do this now. Guys, whoever has a problem can just kind of reload the page. It'll be fine. So there's no buffering from our end. Himalaya, you can manage it mentally, I think. Guys, I have muted this, so I am audible. I have muted this mic to give you time to solve it. Good, Saurabh, you have done. All others keep working, give me the answer. It's a simple one, still I want all of you to solve it. Okay, I think a few have already done it. I don't know what the status is. Can we discuss this? This is not difficult. I'm telling you, this is definitely not difficult. I gave it to you because I know that the moment you see the numbers, you think it's difficult. It's very simple. Seriously, it's very simple actually. Okay, Vijay, I'm explaining this. I'm just explaining this. I'm just looking at the answers. Tabassum, do not worry. Brajesh, you have done it. Wonderful. Saksham has done it. I think a lot of you must have done it. This is actually not difficult. Okay, let me just check a few answers quickly. Yes, it's a bit confusing because there are some numbers here, but it's not difficult. It's not difficult, believe me. Fine. Let us just just read it and try and solve it. Just concentrate here now. Look at what is happening. It's very simple data. I mean, what typically happens in an exam is that they'll put a lot of useless data over the top of it. So I've kind of eliminated it because I wanted to be to the point and would want to work on logic, not on ambiguous or redundant data or superfluous stuff. Fine. So that's the reason this is very compact question that way. So what is happening is that there are 5 companies, P, Q, R, S and T, and their annual turnovers are given obviously in no particular order. This is 50, 100, 150, 200 and 250. So there are just 5 numbers that are given here. These are their turnovers in no order, and their owners are A, B, C, D, E. So it's basically a 5x3 table. All of you know how to do it. Fine. Now there is some data given here. This is the data that is given here. But the thing is that if you make a table like this, which is like A, B, C, D, E, P, Q, R, S, T, and these numbers, this table, I mean, this question is exactly like this. The only difference is that here, while you are filling this table, this data is given in the form of differences generally, apart from probably a statement like the owner of company S is A and stuff like that. Apart from it, it's, you know, it's given in form of differences. That's the reason why it, you know, looks slightly troubling to you. Let me just erase this and make it a lot more clearer now. Just forget the method that you employed to do this. Now just listen to me for the next 2-3 minutes. What is happening here? Can I say that the 5 companies, that the turnover of the 5 companies are given as 50, 100, 150, 200, 250? इसको सब कुछ भूल जाओ. Let's just forget for a moment that these are turnovers given and this is actual numbers for us. Let's, you know, just kind of try and rank these companies as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now do not say ki why I am doing this. I am doing this just to explain something to you. Just bear with me for a few minutes. Let's say these are 5 companies which are like ranked in the order of their turnovers like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ऐसे समझ लो. Fine. So these are the 5 companies and let's slide the numbers there as well. This is 250, this is 200, this is 150, this is 100 and this is 50. ये सब हमारे दिमाग में ही है ना, so it doesn't make a difference how we think about it. It makes me convenient, you know, I'm more comfortable, convenient while doing it like this. So for me, these are the numbers, these are the ranks. So there are 5 companies. I just need to arrange them. So for me, this question is not very different from doing a floor-based puzzle that way. If you look at it, आप इसको ऐसे भी सोच सकते हो. There are 5 floors, so I've written it in reverse order, or this is a ranking-based question, something like that. But this is what is given to you. Now let's look at the data now. What is given? The annual turnover of C's company is more than that of company R. Can I just put it like this? कुछ नहीं कर सकते हम इसका. I do not know where it's going to go. Let's just put it like this. C is greater than R. Fine. So the turnover of company C is greater than turnover of C's company is greater than turnover of company R. So this is something that you know. So we just write it like that. Look at the second one. There is a difference of more than 100 CR between the annual turnovers of company S and company Q. Fine. So can I say that what it says is something like this? Modulus, you understand? So S can be higher turnover or Q can be higher turnover. So that's why I've written modulus of X. So what it basically means is, in the form of this table, let's say if S is at number 4, which is at 100, then Q would be at 250. It cannot be at 200 or 150. Then Q differ by 50 CR. Up C is the name of a person and company Q is obviously that's a company. So what it says is that the difference between this is 50 CR. Now just look at this and now you'll understand why I put it into this form. When you are saying that the difference is just 50 CR, can I say that C and Q would be in 2 consecutive cells, something like this? For example, if I put, let's say, C here, Q would be here, fine. Or if I, let's say, put Q here, C would be here, something of that sort. It cannot be anything else. If I am saying it's just 50 CR, look at these numbers here, 250, 200, 150, 100, 50, fine. All these differences are constant, so it's not different from a ranking puzzle or a floor-based puzzle that way. What it means by this statement is that the difference is 50 CR is that they are placed in consecutive rows, nothing else. Fine. So what I'll do is I'll just put it like this. So either it would be of this form, like this, C above Q, or it would be of this form. Can it be anything else? No. That's the only possibility. I do not know where this block is going to fit, so I'll just erase this part. But what I know is that wherever it fits, it would be in this form. So either this form, C above Q, or in this form, Q above C. But they would be in consecutive rows. Remember this. Fine. Let's move forward to the next one now. The owner of company S is A. So this is a simple statement. You know that it would look like this. Company A का जो owner है, that is company S का जो owner is A. Company S owner is A. Okay. Can I say it would be a block like this? Company S and the owner is A. Alright, let's move forward. The annual turnover of company T is less than that of B's company by 100 CR. Now this is an important statement. If you understood this, you can do it very quickly. When I am saying that the turnover of company T is less than that of B's company by 100 CR, ये कैसे होगा? Let's say this is company T. Fine. Let's say this is company T here. Let's say this is company T. If it's 100 CR less than that of B's company, B कहाँ आएगा? अगर T यहाँ पर है, B would be here. Has to be like this. For example, if let's say T is here, where would B be? B would be here. Now can I say in terms of blocks that there would be a difference of one cell here? So can I say that this is very similar to having one floor in between? ऐसे ही चलता है ना. The reason why I am avoiding these numbers is because these numbers are relevant. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250 could very well have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It makes no difference. Please try and understand this. I am trying to simulate this problem into something easier. That's why. Fine. So I can just put this data in a block like this. So I am saying that it says turnover of company T is less than that of that. Fine. So I just put it like this. So it becomes T and this is B. ये चीज आपको समझ में आ रही है? This is a block that would fit into this structure somewhere. I do not know where. So B can be here, B can be here, B can be here. I still do not know. But I know that between B and T there will be exactly one row. Fine, there will be exactly one row. So let me just erase this part from here, and I hope you got this data. Okay, and let's just look at the last one now very quickly. This one, the annual turnover of company R is more than that of D's company by 100 CR. This is again a very similar piece of data, so I can just put it like this. Alright, so this is the complete data with us. I do not need to look at this data anymore. Have you got this? So this is how I have tabulated it. Now if you realize this, it is actually very simple to put this data into the structure now. I mean, you just do not need to look at this column. This is not required even. What you know is that I have put everything in order. This is a block, this is a block, this is a block, all these are blocks. Everything is given to you. Now just look at it. You can just very easily in a minute put this into this table. Look at this, for example. We have got a comparison between C and R. We know that C is greater than R. Fine. This is a block of R and D. Fine. And C is attached with this Q. So the only way that this C greater than R, this block of R and D, and this C and Q can be fitted is this. If you look at it, you will realize that there is just no other way. I put D here. Fine. I put R here. If I put dr here, then only C can be adjusted above it. Now, are you getting the point? So there is no other way it can be put. Now I still do not know whether it would be like this, whether it would be C here, Q here, or the other way around, Q here and C here. So I will not put it here. The only thing that I know is that because of this block here, R blank D would take these positions. This would be R and this would be D. Nothing else can happen. Just think about it. You will realize that that's the only possibility. I'll just remove this part from here and just put it like this. Fine. What I know now is that this Q and C, so this part here, this one would be either like this, C Q. It would either happen like this or it would be like this, Q C. But what I know is that they would be adjusted into this thing. So you know that this 1 and 2 is already occupied. Now you can simply put this block here, AS. अब AS के लिए कहाँ जगह बचती है? Can I say just this row 4? There is no other place because 1, 2 में one of the 2 is occupied. Are you getting this point? So if one of the 2 is occupied, this has to be A and this becomes S. Very simple. Now even this block is done. Can we just remove this block to kind of clear it a bit so it becomes easier for you to see what's happening here? Even this is not required. This is done. This is done. We have already used this one. Fine. This is done. This is done. We already know where this all is. Now tell me what is left. It's very simple now. Fine. Now tell me. Now this is the block that is left. BT. कहाँ आ सकता है? There is just one place where it can go. Fine. देखो B इधर नहीं आ सकता. B cannot go here. B cannot go here because T would then clash with R. B cannot go here because T would then clash with S. The only place where B can be put is this. So this becomes B and this becomes T. Okay, let's remove it from here and it becomes like this. And हो गया सब कुछ बचा ही नहीं इसके अंदर. And what is the only thing left now is that Q minus S is greater than 100. So this is S very elegantly. You can do it by numbers, you can do it by anything, but I use the simulation logic in puzzles because at times it makes your job very simple. The problem which happens in puzzles like this is the moment you see that there's a difference of 50, there's a difference of 100 and all, you get confused in this. There are a lot of numbers involved, but in this one there are absolutely no numbers. If you do this, you get it in 2-3 minutes. I'm telling you, it's a simple one. It'll give you 10 marks in the actual mains examination. Now the only thing that they could have done is that they could probably have manipulated with these numbers slightly. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250 could be slightly bigger numbers. The message is very clear. It's a very simple one. Let me just kind of come on screen and tell you this thing. I have a problem with one thing. When you guys say that I am good at floor based puzzles, I am good at ranking puzzles, you forget that all the puzzles are the same. There is absolutely no difference. So do not stereotype puzzles by saying this is a floor based puzzle, I am good, this is a circular puzzle, I am not good, this is a ranking puzzle, I am good. It doesn't happen like this. Now I did this exactly like a ranking puzzle, isn't it? So the moment you say numbers, you are lost. नहीं होगा, ऐसे मत करो. That is the only thing why I took this puzzle. The next one would be slightly tougher. Do it in an elegant manner. I'm showing it to you. That's the next one for you. Anybody who still could not get this, how I did this, please watch it again. I could not have explained it in a better way. My limitation. Alright, I'm giving you 5 minutes for this. It's a beautiful puzzle, slightly tougher than the last one. The agenda is just 3 puzzles for today. So I thought I'll better take good questions then. Do this, give me the answer for this one. I'm giving you 5 to 10 minutes for this. Yes, Udipta, even for uneven distribution to a very large extent. Every question is different, so I do not like making statements like that this would work there, this would work here, but generally it would work it works in all the cases. I mean, at least it should click to you that this is a possibility. Nisha, do not say if it happens it becomes confusing. I'm 100% sure if you had got this in the exam, a very good percentage of you would have messed it up. Now, since we have done this, you are saying ये आसान है वो मुश्किल होता है. Do not get into this यार. Anyway, चलो करो इस वाले को करो. जब तक नहीं होता सब कुछ मुश्किल होता है, होने के बाद में everything looks very easy. Read it properly. It's a very good question. This is the kind of questions that you can expect in your mains now. I mean, so the next 2 puzzles would be different, I'll say. Fine. And expect this in mains. If it comes, it'll give you 10 marks. Think about it. I'll tell you a good way of doing it. Guys, it's a good puzzle. Think about it. I mean, आसानी से कुछ नहीं मिलता है ना. जो भी मुश्किल होता है उसके लिए थोड़ा एफर्ट मारना पड़ता है. It's a good puzzle. You'll love it once you get it. Think about it. थोड़ा सा सोचो, मैं बताता हूँ उसके बाद में. We'll do it together. Don't worry. It's just 5 lines. देखो आप बोल रहे हो मुश्किल है. Yes, Saksham, this is complete information. चलो let me explain the language. अगर language भी confusing लग रही है आपको, let me explain. There's this guy called Adam who's very fond of eating candies. ये तो इसमें तो कोई problem नहीं होगी. एडम को कैंडीज खाने का बहुत शौक है. He buys them from a shop that sells candies ranging from ₹1 to ₹11. एक दुकान है, there's a shop जिसके पास बहुत सारी कैंडीज होती हैं, उसमें से कुछ ₹1 की हैं. There are some that are priced at ₹1. There are candies at 2, at 3. So this is one type of candy, this is a second type of candy, this is a third type of candy. So you can assume that there are 11 types of candies, fine, priced at 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 11. I hope this is okay with everybody. So there are exactly 11 type of candies that this shop sells, ranging from 1 to 11 rupees, fine, just in integer values. I hope this is okay. What he does is, let's say this is day 1, let's say this is day 1, this is day 2. On day 1 he buys 3 candies. Let's say he buys a candy that costs ₹2, a candy that costs ₹5, a candy that costs ₹11, fine. So the 3 candies that he buys on one particular day would be distinct. You getting it? Distinct means अगर ये ₹2 वाली है तो दूसरी ₹2 वाली नहीं होगी, अलग अलग हैं. Distinct का मतलब आप सब समझते हो. He buys 3 distinct candies on 6 consecutive days. उसी तरीके से when he goes and buys on day 2, it'll be 3 distinct. So 2 can come here now. Here it can be 2 because these are 2 different days now. But on one day these 3 candies have to be different. That's the meaning of the statement. It's written like that. इससे ज़्यादा कोई explain नहीं करता है इसको. Fine. What it tells you is that this amount increases with each day. So यहाँ पर अगर x था तो यहाँ पर x से ज़्यादा है, then it goes on increasing from day 1 to day 6. Again simple piece of data. Okay, and the amounts are also given. So what you know is that on day 1 this is ₹8, day 2 ₹9, 18, 23, 25 and 29. So that's what's given to you. ये आपके पास sum लिखा हुआ है. So if this is day 8, this is day 1, ₹8, you have to find 3 numbers that add up to 8. Not very difficult to comprehend again. Fine. During the process he buys each candy twice. What he also does is that he bought it for 6 days. तो यहाँ पर भी 3 लिया, इधर भी 3 लिया. So that way he bought it like 3 into 6, 18 candies. So basically what he did is that in this 18 candies he bought exactly 9 types of candies with each candy bought twice. Are you getting me? 9 types of candies, each candy bought twice. But यहाँ तो 11 थी. So what happened to the remaining 2? Fine. He buys except 2 candies which he does not buy at all. So among these 11 types of candies there are 2 types that he did not buy at all. Fine. So there are 2 that he did not buy and there were 9 candies that he bought twice each. Now you know the pattern how he bought it. Okay, another piece of data that's given is, since he considers 7 to be his lucky number, okay, he cannot even think of not buying the candy that costs ₹7. अब आपको पता है इन 11 में से there are 2 candies that he did not buy, but 7 is not one of them. So what you know is that he definitely bought that candy that costs ₹7. Are you getting it? बिल्कुल सिंपल है, कोई ज़्यादा मतलब नहीं है इसका खतरनाक. अब मैंने आपसे बहुत सिंपल सा सवाल पूछा है, tabulate the complete data specifying the candies he bought on each day. So what I need from you is it'll be followed by 4-5 questions, believe me. सारे days का एक table बनाओ and tell me day 1 पे ही me, if it comes it'll be worth 10 marks. Do it 5, 6. Got the data, solve it now. I'm erasing it and clearing the screen. I did not tell you that there is just one possibility. There can be more than one, but generally it's not. So you know, it depends on you. Solve it. Okay, somebody is asking, Pratik is asking, is trial and error the only method? Good question. Whenever you use trial and error in such questions, that can also be used logically. I mean, बोलते हैं ना मैडनेस का भी मेथड होता है, तो अगर ये मैडनेस लग रही है आपको, इसका भी मेथड है. मैं आपको बहुत लॉजिकली एक्सप्लेन करूंगा इसको. आपको ऐसा नहीं लगेगा दैट आई एम डूइंग दैट हिट एंड ट्रायल की 8 लिया, 8 को कैसे ऐड कर सकते हैं, बस लिखना शुरू कर दिया. नो, there has to be a method. Think about it. The first step would always be logical. It's a very logical step. At least start को तो करो, कैसे करना. Chalo, I'll give you a clue on this. Just think about those two numbers that would be not there, that would not be there. So there are 11 numbers from 1 to 11. There are two numbers that would not be there. What can be those two numbers? Can you find a method, or can you think of a way that you can zero in on those two numbers? Imdadul, it's not Sudoku. I'm telling you, I tell you the solution and you will feel like kicking yourself. That's the beauty of a puzzle, na? It does not make you do donkey work. Think smartly. Let's do it. I told you it's a very short agenda for today. Think about it. You'll love it if you crack it yourself. Take it as a challenge. We've got lots of time. A piece of advice: do not do it for individual days, otherwise you will mess up the other days. Think about it. If you can complete the table, then only tell me the solution. You know, it's very simple numbers. Just put it like that. 18 numbers in a serial order. I'll understand. Do not put random numbers. Day 3 is this, day 7 is this, because it will not serve the purpose. Okay, a hint for you: it has got just one possibility. Multiple possibilities is always khatarnak, so I have not done it, at least in this question. It's there, it comes at times, but it has got only one possibility. It will make your job easier. Akshay says he has done it. Very good, Akshay. If you got this, very good, and you can check the answer yourself. If it satisfies, that's the correct answer. Yes. Madhu, think like this. 29 ke liye 11 is mandatory. You apply some kind of logic while doing such questions. Otherwise, it's very difficult. You cannot do it randomly. There are too many numbers. Abhishek says, where do I get these kind of puzzles? I mean, it's a typical CAT kind of puzzle. So CAT papers and all you can probably use. Not a CAT question actually. Nahi, Akshay, if you are saying 8 and 2 is not used, then your solution is incorrect. Please check it again. You will need 8. No, Amit, no number can repeat 3 times, every number 2 times. So there are 9 numbers used. 9 into 2 is 18, 6 into 3 is also 18. So I hope you got this part at least. Okay, Soumya is saying 6 and 4 not used. Soumya, if it's some logic, then solve the problem. I'll not tell you which is not to be used. Achha, chalo, I'll give you a hint. Since nobody is getting the answer, let me give you a hint here. Whenever you have to fill a table in a question like this, always just either you think about the smallest numbers or the largest numbers. So my clue would always be either here in day 1 or day 6. For example, I'm talking about day 6 now because somebody already said day 6 के लिए क्या numbers लगेंगे. You already know that you have numbers like 1, 2, 3 and it goes up higher like this 8, 9, 10 and 11. 11 तक आ रहा है. Fine. Now think about this. If you have to make 29 using these numbers, fine. What is the highest possible number that you can get from here? Can I say it will be 9 plus 10 plus 11, that would be equal to 30? Now you do not need a 30 here, you need a 29. It means that one of these three numbers would be reduced by 1. Now I cannot reduce 11 by 1 because then 10 would be repeated. I cannot reduce 10 by 1 because then 9 would be repeated. So the only possible way of making 29 out of these numbers would be that I reduce 9 by 1 and it becomes 8. So the numbers would be 8, 10, 11. I'm just telling you how to think, how to start thinking in questions like this. So if these are the only possibilities, numbers from 1 to 11, and you have to pick three distinct numbers that add up to 29, the only possibility for you is 8, 10, 11. Now can you think? Now can you think? I gave you a hint. In fact, I put in the numbers for day 6 here. 8, 10, 11 is the only possibility. I just proved to you why this would be the only possibility. Now can you think like this? And more importantly, can you think about those two numbers x and y among these 11 that would not be used? It's no rocket science. It can be reduced very quickly, very easily. You're not just thinking enough. Guys, do it. You will love it when you do it yourself. I want you to do it. I can explain the solution in 2 minutes. It's not that difficult. But I want you to do it. I just gave you a hint. Now think further on this. नहीं सौरभ, 9 and 5 are not the numbers. I don't know what you guys are doing. ये तो बिल्कुल लॉजिक है. हाउ यू एलिमिनेट दीज टू नंबर्स. चलो मैं एक और स्टेप आगे जाता हूँ. यू ऑलरेडी नो व्हाट द अमाउंट्स फॉर 6 days वर. दीज आर द अमाउंट्स गिवन फॉर 6 days. 8 plus 9 plus 18, 23, 25, 29. You can add it up very quickly. And can you say that 112 rupees is the total amount that he spent, this guy Adam spent in 6 days? I mean, ये तो कॉमन सेंस है यार, इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम ही होनी चाहिए. Now what you know is that if this is 112 and what is the sum of these numbers from 1 to 11? Fine. If you add all the numbers, the first 11 natural numbers, I think all of you already know this. This is a very standard thing ना. ये कितना होता है ये number? This is 66. नहीं है तो add कर लो, formula लगा लो, whatever. But you know this is 66. So can I say if I add all these numbers from 1 to 11 twice, it would be 66 into 2. That would give me 132. Common sense again. No rocket science. No complicated mathematics. Nothing. If I add all the numbers from 1 to 11 twice, that would be 1 to 11, which is 66. The sum is 66 into 2, 132. But my sum is 112. 132. Just a second. 132 minus 112. That's 20. Fine. So basically, what has happened is that if those two numbers are x and y, so x plus y into 2 would be equal to 20. Think about it. What is happening? 132, if I take all the numbers from 1 to 11, add them twice, I get 132. Fine. But what is my sum here? 112. Why is it happening? Because there are two numbers that are not used, and they are not used twice. Are you getting the point? So if they are not used twice, this difference between 132 and 112 is 20. So if this number, one number is x, another is y, x plus y would be sum. This sum ka twice would be 20. So basically what it tells me is that whatever these two numbers are, they should add up to 10. Now this is simple arithmetic. This is nothing else. These two numbers should add up to 10. कम से कम इतना तो यहाँ तक तो पहुँचो ना. उसके बाद में we can go to the next step. I explained this. Think about it. Now tell me the answer at least. गौरव 7-3 नहीं हो सकता. 7 उसको यूज करना है. You can eliminate very quickly and zero in on the exact numbers. Now think about it. I am erasing this part. I am moving a step forward now. ओके, अ लॉट ऑफ यू आर नाउ सेइंग 4 and 6. ये बहुत ही सिंपल है, 4 and 6 बहुत जल्दी आ जाना चाहिए था. देखो कैसे, वी ऑलरेडी नो दैट x plus y is 10, these two numbers add up to 10. फाइन. अब क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज होती हैं, हाउ डू टू नंबर्स एड अप टू 10, कैसे हो सकते हैं? द नंबर्स कैन बी 1 9, द नंबर्स कैन बी 2 8, द नंबर्स कैन बी 3 7, द नंबर्स कैन बी 4 6. 5 5 तो हो नहीं सकता बिकॉज देर आर टू डिफरेंट नंबर्स. अब देखो 1 9 क्यों नहीं होगा? अगेन इफ यू हैड यूज्ड सम कॉमन सेंस यू वुड हैव रियलाइज्ड कि 1 9 होना यहाँ पर पॉसिबल नहीं है. रीजन ये है दैट व्हेन यू मेक 8, fine, if you have to make 8, I already told you, think about either the smallest or the largest number. When you think about 8, how would you make 8? Let's say you don't have 1 here. अगर आपके पास 1 नहीं है तो the smallest possible number possible है, that's 2. Fine, so 2 plus 3 plus 4, what is this? 2 plus 3 plus 4 is that's basically 9. तो इसका मतलब 1 के बिना तो 8 बन ही नहीं पाएगा ना. इसका मतलब this 1 9 is not a possibility. The way I said that 8 would be required for making 29, 1 would be required for making 8. Are you getting the point? So it means that these two numbers that are eliminated cannot be 1 9, they cannot be 2 8, they cannot be 3 7. Why not 3 7? Because 7 was his lucky number and उसको वो खरीदना ही है. So what are the two numbers? 4 6. Now can you do it? Now can you put in the data here? 1 9 इसके लिए नहीं होगा because for you need it for making 8. Without 1 you cannot make 8. Try making 8 using numbers above 1. Fine, the smallest possible 3 numbers above 1 are 2 3 4. 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 4 is 9. So you cannot make 8 without using 1. That's why 1 is required here. So 1 would come here. I don't know इसके बाद क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा, but 1 तो यहाँ चाहिए ही चाहिए. Are you getting the point? श्रेया आप फिर से लिख रहे हो 1 and 9. 1 and 9 नहीं हो सकता ना, 1 you need for making 8. Fine, so can I say that now at least I know what are the two numbers that are missing? The numbers have to be 4 6. There are just 4 possibilities. We eliminated 1 9, 2 8 already eliminated because it's required for making 29. 3 7 नहीं हो सकता because he wants to buy that candy that costs rupees 7. Fine, the only possibility is 4 6. So now we know that the two numbers that are missing, that the price of the candies which he did not buy were rupees 4 and rupees 6 respectively. Lokesh, you are not getting it, rewind it, listen to it again. I cannot explain more elaborately than this. लोकेश बताइए क्या प्रॉब्लम है, एड्रेस इट. ओके लोकेश, इट वाज लास्ट स्टेप यार, आई एक्सप्लेन ना. 20 का आधा इज 10. प्लीज रिवाइंड इट एंड वॉच इट अगेन. I'm repeating. 7 he wants to buy, इसके लिए नहीं होगा. 8 is used in the last row of day 6. 29 cannot be made without 8. 1 because it's used in day 1. 8 cannot be made without 1. So that's why it's only 4 6. Guys, be a little patient on this. This is a different puzzle. I mean, not very easy. So if you want to get it, be patient. If you don't have the patience, you can probably leave. What do I say? So basically these 4 6 are your missing numbers here. सौरभ रोना मत करो यार, अच्छा है, मजा आएगा इफ यू डू दिस. नाउ द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज, नाउ वी नीड टू फिल दिस अप. कैसे फिल करेंगे? अगेन बाय स्मॉलर एंड द स्मॉलेस्ट एंड द लार्जेस्ट नंबर्स. The one step that I would want to put here is that I'll just put all the numbers that I need to fill this up. So what I'll do is that I'll just put it like this. All the available numbers are like this. I've got 2 1s, I've got 2 2s, just a minute. Two 3s. So I'm just putting very quickly all the numbers here. 4 is not there with me. Fine. So I'll put 2 5s. So all that is there with me. Fine. 6 is not there. Then 2 7s, 2 8s, 2 9s, 10s, and 11s. So that is the total. That's my repertoire using which I have to make all these numbers. अब इसमें से जस्ट क्विकली रिमूव द नंबर्स दैट हैव ऑलरेडी बीन यूज्ड. आई हैव ऑलरेडी यूज्ड 1 1, ये तो लगेगा ही लगेगा. आई रिमूव इट. 8 10 11 एक एक हटा देते हैं. सो दिस इज ऑलरेडी यूज्ड, दिस इज यूज्ड एंड दिस इज यूज्ड. आई जस्ट काइंड ऑफ कीप रिमूविंग द नंबर्स फ्रॉम हियर. अब देखो इसको भरना सबसे आसान कहाँ से होगा, कहाँ से भरेंगे. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द स्मॉलेस्ट नंबर ओनली. डे 1 से स्टार्ट करते हैं. लुक एट डे 1. इफ यू हैव टू मेक 8, 1 you know would already be used. What are the two numbers? Just look at this and answer this very very quickly. What are the two numbers that should now add up to the remaining 7? 8 minus 1 is 7. 7 कैसे आता है? या तो 7 आता है 3 4 से, but you do not have 4 here. So the only possibility of making a 7 here to put in day 1 row would be 2 and 5. So day 1 would be 1 2 5. What I do here is, so that there is no confusion, I remove this 2 from here, I remove this 5 from here, and that's how I start filling this up. What is the next number that I should fill? Very simple. I should fill day 2 now. Day 2 is 9. What is the way that I can fill day 2? If I'll again start with smaller numbers because it will need smaller numbers. If I look at this, if I use 1 के साथ में, this is I don't have 4 or 6. I just need small numbers. What is the possibility that will give me 9? 1 3 5 would give me 9 here. There is no other possibility. You can, if you want, you can check this logically as well. 1 3 5 के अलावा कोई possibility नहीं है, because if I, how do I, without hidden trial, how do I think about it? Let's say I kind of assume that for making 9 I don't use 1. I am explaining the logic behind this madness. I say that I don't use 1 here. If I don't use 1 here, what are the smallest 3 numbers that are there with me? 2 3 5, but 2 plus 3 5 plus 5 10. 9 नहीं बनेगा. इसका मतलब 1 तो मुझे यहाँ चाहिए ही चाहिए. If 1 is there, 9 minus 1 is 8. Now how do you make 8? 8 can either be 2 plus 6, 6 is not there, or 4 plus 4, 4 plus 4 is not possible. So the only possibility of making that remaining 8 for day 2 would be 3 5. So 1 3 5 is a concrete thing here. Hope you got me. Fine. So I'll just remove this part. We are again filling it very logically. There is absolutely no hidden trial there. Fine. Now you have to go to day 3 4 and 5. So rather than filling day 3 first, I'll go to day 5. The reason is, again, I take numbers as extremes. It helps. It's easier. Fine. So if I look at day 5 here, I have to make 25 here. How do I make 25? Let's say I now know that I need bigger numbers. Let's say I look at this 11. If I use this 11 here, not hidden trial, just logic. If I use 11 here, 25 minus 11 would be 14. Now I'll just need to make 14 here. But how do I make 14? Can you see two numbers that add up to 14? Yes, 7 plus 7 is a possibility. Plus, but वो नहीं होगा यहाँ पर. So कैसे बनाऊंगा मैं यहाँ पर इसको? If you look at this, I think one way that I can do is this. Let me just put it quickly here. I can do this 7 8 10. Yes, it's working for me. 7 8 10. Yeah, 7 8 10 comes here, and now you can fill it up very quickly. इसमें ज़्यादा कुछ बचा नहीं है. This is gone. This is I think, yeah, the second 8 is also gone, and 10, both the 10s are gone. Just a minute now. Okay, what else is left now? You are left with 2 9s. Now it's very clear that there are two different days, day 3 and day 4. So if there are 2 9s left, it would be something like this, that 1 9 would be here and 1 9 would be here, somewhere here. I can just put it up very quickly. 9 9 दोनों खत्म हो जाएंगे. I hope you understood this step, because both the 9s cannot be accommodated in one step. Now 1 11 is left. So 1 11 cannot be adjusted in day 3. It has to be the larger day. So it becomes 9 11. 11 plus 9 20. So this should be 3. And what is left now? This is what else is left? 2 7. I think it will be like this. This becomes, just check this now. Yes, that's your complete table. This is it. Fine. So if you make this slightly neatly, you cannot mess this up. The important part here was that the first step would be that you apply a logic which we used for arriving at this thing. So all of you, what you did was that you kind of trying to do hit and trial even before zeroing in on 4 and 6. Once you get 4 and 6, you can make these numbers quickly. The important part here would be to realize that these extreme numbers are important. So this puzzle is important in the sense that whenever you get data like this to do something like this, please realize that you look at the extreme numbers. So you look at this 8, look at this 29, either the biggest number or the smallest number, and you can fill it up very quickly. Believe me, if you know how to do this, it's not a difficult puzzle. You get it in 3-4 minutes. It does not take more time than that. I wanted to do this as a stereotype. Fine, I will not do many of such type. The next one would be different. I did this because I want you to understand this method. Whenever you have to put data by using hit and trial, use this method. There is a method to the madness. All right, whoever still had problems, has problems, please watch it again. I explain in detail. So that's the next one now for you. This is the last puzzle for the day. Again different, think about it, give me the correct answer. I'm giving you 5-7 minutes for this. Somebody says भैया हेडेक हो गया इसमें. यार अब देख लो, मर्जी आपकी, हेडेक यहाँ करना है कि एग्जाम में करना है. मैं तो बोलूँगा यहीं कर लोगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. चलो इसे करो, ये भी अच्छा है. Arpit, I don't know what can come in the exam this year. I'm just preparing you for all the eventualities. That's the idea. So do not blame me if it does not come. What it will definitely do, it will sharpen your brain and make you think a little harder. वैशाली, द प्रॉब्लम विद दिस आंसर इज यू आर यूजिंग 4, यू कैन नॉट यूज 4, ऑलरेडी प्रूव्ड. आप मेरे ख्याल से स्किप कर रहे हो यार बीच में, इसको शुरुआत से देखिए पूरा. नो सौरभ, देयर वाज जस्ट वन पॉसिबिलिटी, गिव मी अनदर सॉल्यूशन. डार्ट इज दैट थिंग दैट यू थ्रो एट द डार्ट बोर्ड. छोटे छोटे एरो नहीं होते हैं, छोटे मिसाइल्स की तरह से, दोज आर कॉल्ड डार्ट्स. Saurav, please check that other possibility. You'll definitely have some problem because I'd already checked it. I could not find any other one. Ranu, options are good, but I'm telling you, at times they give you options in the form that you cannot use them. So do not rely on them. They'll tell you, give you options in the form, what is the difference between the sum of this and stuff like that. So you cannot actually apply them. If I'm telling you this thing, there is a reason why I'm explaining all this. Okay, let me just quickly explain the problem first to you. डार्ट का गेम क्या होता है यार, ऑलरेडी यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. वो नहीं होता एक सर्कल सा, दिस इज अ डार्ट बोर्ड जहाँ वो बुलजाई होता है एंड यू हैव टू हिट दैट टारगेट. सो दो स्मॉल एरोज आर कॉल्ड डार्ट्स, जिससे आप उसको हिट करते हैं. देखा होगा आपने, सब कोई खेलते हैं इसको ये. सो दीज आर कॉल्ड डार्ट्स. सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज दैट देयर आर थ्री गाइज ABC हु आर प्लेइंग अ गेम ऑफ डार्ट्स. वन ऑफ देम थ्रोज 4 डार्ट्स एट द टारगेट. तो यहाँ पर वो 4 हिट्स लेता है एट द टारगेट. द फर्स्ट गाय, लेट्स से जो भी है, लेट्स से A स्टार्ट्स एंड A टेक्स 4 हिट्स. After that the second guy comes, I don't know who that guy is. B comes and takes 4 hits, then C comes, then takes 4 hits, and it goes like that. So 4 hits, 4 hits, 4 hits, and the cycle continues. Fine. What will happen is that it goes on like this. If the target is hit, let's say A hits the target, then A gets 2 points. If A hits, then A gets 2 points. Fine. So A gets 2 points. If A misses, let's say A ने target miss कर दिया, तो A को तो कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, 0 मिलेगा, but B and C both get 1 each. You're getting it? Simple data है बिल्कुल. If A hits, he gets 2 points. If A misses, then A gets a 0 and B and C both get 1 each. So this is the data that's given to you here in this case. Okay, what happens is that they continue like this, 4 4 4 4 4 4. Order we do not know, we need to figure this out. Once 90 darts were used, 90 darts were used मतलब 90 in all. When a total of 90 darts, 90 in all. Fine, it goes on like this. When 90 were used in all, two of them मतलब B and C concede defeat and they say, A say कि okay you have won, तुम जीत गए. इसका मतलब A के पॉइंट ज़्यादा थे. Now what we know is that A had exactly 68 points at that point. उस मोमेंट पे A के exactly 68 points थे and B was 7 points behind. So B मतलब 61 हो गया basically and C के हमें नहीं दिए हुए हैं यहाँ पर. You can, I think you can find it. Now if it is known that exactly 55 darts had hit the target, so what it's telling you is that out of 90, 55 ने हिट किया था टारगेट. वी डू नॉट नो द ब्रेकअप एंड 35 ने इसका मतलब इसमें मिस किया था. वॉट यू नीड टू फाइंड इज कि इनके इंडिविजुअल हिट्स और मिसेस कितने कितने थे. सो वॉट यू नीड टू फाइंड इज दैट ABC यहाँ पर दिया हुआ है. सो A ने X यूज़ किया एंड Y हिट किए, B ने A यूज़ किया एंड B हिट किए, स्टफ लाइक दैट. सो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन. नॉट मच डेटा बट सम फूड फॉर थॉट. आई होप यू गॉट द क्वेश्चन एट लीस्ट नाउ. अच्छा, इसमें कंफ्यूज मत होना. 90 हिट्स के बाद में गेम बंद हुआ मतलब राउंड पूरा करने का जरूरी नहीं है यार. वही मानोगे ना आप जो दिया हुआ डेटा में. द डेटा डज नॉट से दैट द राउंड नीड्स टू बी कंप्लीटेड. राउंड मींस 12 हिट्स. सो 12 का तो मल्टीपल नहीं है ना 90. सो इसका मतलब 12 का नियरेस्ट मल्टीपल वुड बी 84. आई एम गिविंग यू अ हिंट देन. सो 84 पे इट वाज 7 राउंड्स फॉर ईच. फाइन. इसका मतलब 28 28 28. उसके बाद में द फर्स्ट पर्सन वुड हैव कम एंड मेड 4 हिट्स. सो 84 प्लस 4 88 and then the last person who finished the game did 2. So 88 plus 2 90. It means that the hits taken by the three of them were different. Understand this. Some things are implied, not everything is written explicitly. It's very very clearly mentioned here that it ended at 90. If it ended at 90, it cannot be 30 each. I hope you got the point. अक्षिता से ऐसी पजल कौन बनाता है? डॉक्टर गुलाटी. मैं ही हूँ डॉक्टर गुलाटी यार. What is it? Now do it. You will love the solution. Think about it. कैसे करोगे? Yes, the three numbers are 32, 30 and 28, but you need to find out who was 32, who was 30 and who was 28 and the puzzle would be over. Saurav, the problem with your solution is that you are using 2 9s on day 5. You cannot use that. I told you check it properly, there will be a problem. यार आप विश्वास ही नहीं करते हो आप लोग. You're using 2 9s on day 5, that's not allowed. 3 distinct numbers on each day. Now concentrate on this one, I'm not discussing the previous one anymore. अच्छा चलो हिंट देता हूँ, आई विल गिव यू अ हिंट. मतलब ये क्या हिंट है, आई डोंट नो. कैन आई से दैट ऑन एवरी हिट और मिस एनी एवरी अटेम्प्ट, कैन आई से दैट एवरी अटेम्प्ट, ये तो सभी ने कर लिया होना चाहिए था अभी तक. देर आर 2 points, फाइन. सो इफ द पर्सन हिट्स then that person gets +2. If the person misses, then the other 2 people get +1. But in terms of total distribution, every attempt would mean 2 points. तो एक चीज़ तो बहुत क्लियर है ना, कम से कम के नंबर्स पे तो आओ आप. 90 हिट से टोटल 90 इंटू 2 180. ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है ना, दिस इज बेसिक अरिथमेटिक. सो यू कैन से दैट द टोटल पॉइंट्स आर 180. अब इससे मैं कम से कम तीनों के पॉइंट्स तो लिख सकता हूँ ना. आई नो ऑलरेडी द पॉइंट्स स्कोर्ड बाय ए गॉट 68, सो आई नो दिस 68 हियर, फाइन. I know points of B got 7 less, so B got 61. Now I know that A, B, C together got 180. This is common sense again. So what would be C? C would be 51. कम से कम इस स्टेप तक तो पहुंचो, उसी के बाद आगे कुछ होगा ना. I hope you got this. How did A 68 given, B 61, C is 51, and the total points thus are 180. Now the next step would be that you already know that breakup is 32, 30 and 28. Can you think किस नंबर से कौन सा यहाँ पर पॉइंट्स आ सकते हैं? That is the only thing that you need to do. Good, Shekhar, you got it. I think a few others also got it. I'll discuss a different method of this with you. I mean, I know how you would have done it, some hidden trial and stuff like that, but I'll give you another method of doing it. नहीं अंकित, this is incorrect. ओके, लेट मी एक्सप्लेन ये 32 30 वगैरह कैसे आया, ये पार्ट भी समझा देता हूँ. लुक एट व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. वन राउंड इज 4 + 4 + 4, दैट्स 12. दिस इज वन राउंड. अनदर राउंड वुड बी 4 + 4 + 4, दैट्स 12. इफ यू गो लाइक दिस, it would happen 7 times. Fine. So 12 into 7 becomes 84 ही होता है ना? Yes. 12 into 7 is 84. 84 is done. Fine. So all of them have done these 7 rounds. So मतलब 28 shots each है यहाँ पर. So it's 28 into 3. So at exactly 84 darts, they would be at 28 into 3. So all of them, A, B and C individually would have taken 28 darts. Now what would happen is that the first person would come after this 84, would do 4. It would give you 88. Gone. Fine. After that the second person would come and do 2 and it makes it 90, at which it ends. So this round does not complete. So what would happen is that 28 plus 4, the first person would be at 32. He would end up at 32 and the next one would be at 28 plus 2, which is 30, and the last one would remain at 28. So the 3 people, the number of attempts would be 32, 30 and 28 respectively. Now you need to find the guy who was at 32, at 30 and 28 respectively. I hope you at least got this point. अभी तक तो हमने कुछ hit and trial नहीं किया है. This is pure common sense and arithmetic and nothing else. विकास से इस पूरा दिमाग खुल गया. विकास दिमाग खोलना है ना यार, दिमाग खोले बिना कैसे चलेगा? फोड़ देना है ना एग्जाम को. 120 नंबर लेकर आने हैं 200 में से, कैसे चलेगा बिना दिमाग खोले? अब कम से कम सॉल्व करिए इसको. लेट मी जस्ट क्लीन दिस एंड राइट दिस नीटली समवेयर. I hope you can understand what is written there on your screen now. On the left is the number of attempts, first 32, second 30, third 28, total 90. On the right hand side is the points given, A 68, B 61, C 51, total 180 points. Now solve this, give me the answer. Ready says जल्दी करो. अरे मैं तो कर ही दूंगा यार, आपको सॉल्व करना है, मुझे नहीं करना है इसको सॉल्व. okay, I'll tell you how to, again, just last 2 minutes for this, just giving a hint there. If you have to proceed with this data, how do you proceed? Let's for a moment assume that A, the one who got 68 points, was the one who started first, 32. Let's for a moment assume कि कैसे करना है, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कैसे सोचना है इसमें. Fine. So if we got 32, let's put a random number here. I never make equations. It's very difficult to make equations solve something like this. Let's for a moment assume that A was the one who did 32. Fine. So we know that out of total 90 hits, 90 attempts, there were 55 hits and 35 misses. So this was the number of hits and this is the number of misses. Fine. Now if I for a moment assume that A was the guy who took 32 attempts, fine, just pick any number. I'll tell you how to proceed in this. Let's say he got 25 correct, or he hit it 25 times, so he must have missed it 7 times. So the way to do hit and trial in a question like this would be this. So if it's A took 32, so out of 32, let's for a moment, let's pick any number. Let's say he hit it 25 times. This is I'm telling you to do trial and error, and he missed it 7 times. If he missed it 7 times, can I say what are the two ways in which A can score? A can score by scoring himself, or A can score when others miss. So if A missed it 7 times and the total number of misses is 35, so how many times did others miss? 35 total misses. A missed it 7 times, so 35 minus 7 would be 28. It means that others missed 28 times. So what would be the score of A? So if he hit it 25 times, so 25 into 2 would be 50. So that's one part of score, plus since others missed 28 times, those 28 points. So 50 plus 28 gives you 78. Fine. But what is his score? It is 68. So what you know now is that even if it was 32, it has to be slightly less. So what you can directly see here is that it cannot be 25. It will be, अगर देखो 78 से 68 पे आना है, it will be something like 21 or 22. Are you getting the logic? So this is not nonsense that you just start randomly. I just checked for one number and I realized how this is going to work. So with this you have to think like this. If it's 78, fine, I reduce 1 here. Is 25 ko if I make, let's say, 24. What would happen here? If it becomes 24 here, by how many points would this go down, this 78? क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? If it becomes 24 here, fine, 24 means somebody else got one more correct and he got one more incorrect in this case. Fine. So if it's 24, this would go down further, this score, and likewise you calculate. So can you if you work on this, you will realize that there is just one number out of 32, 30 and 28 that can give you marks as 68. You'll realize this very quickly. Think about it. I'll tell you a more elegant solution rather than doing this in the next 3 minutes. Let's say last 3 minutes for you, I'll tell you the solution, the way I would handle a question like this. The proper conventional way would be this. A bigger way would be making the equations, which I'll never do in a question like this. I'll use hit and trial. If not hit and trial, something like if not hit and trial in this form, then in a slightly modified form that I will discuss with you after 2-3 minutes. Just give it one last thought, then we'll discuss the solution of this one. I'm erasing this part here. Okay. फिरदौस, ये बहुत बड़े नंबर से जो आपने लिखे हैं 30 out of 32 कैसे होगा? देयर आर 35 मिसेस एंड ऑल. आप अपने नंबर्स चेक करो. दिस इज अ लॉट ऑफ हिट्स. All of you know how to make equations. I told you the way of doing hit and trial as well. Now I'll give you a more elegant method of doing it. Think about it. It will be a simulation exercise. I'll help you last 2 minutes. ओके, अविनाश से सर 84 में 28 करेगा तो 4 कैसे थ्रो कर सकते हैं? अविनाश कुछ भी थ्रो कर सकते हैं ना, रूल्स तो हमें बनाने हैं, उन लोग को बनाने हैं, आप थोड़ा ना बताओगे उनको कि क्या थ्रो कर सकते हैं क्या नहीं. इट्स मेंशन्ड इन द क्वेश्चन क्लियरली ना. हाउ कैन यू क्वेश्चन द क्वेश्चन? दैट्स फनी. If you are taking time, don't worry, this is practice. You take time in practice. Okay, I'm explaining this. Let me just come back on screen for a moment. One thing, do not get bogged down. It's a different one. I understand that if you have not done these kind of puzzles, it's going to be slightly difficult for you. Do not get bogged down. I wanted to expose you to this kind. So if something like this comes, you should not be stumped there. So that's the reason I won't do this. The solution that I'm going to tell you now, it's called doing something by simulation. So I discussed this in arithmetic also once. Just listen to me patiently for 5 minutes, fine, and decide for yourself if that's an elegant way of doing it. If you do not like it, do it whatever way. I really don't mind. But just listen to me carefully for the next 5 minutes and do not say आप ये क्यों कर रहे हो. सुन लेना, नहीं समझ में आएगा तो छोड़ देना, ठीक है. I don't mind, I don't care. बस अगले 5 मिनट मेरे को ठीक से सुनो. अब देखो यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है. Just concentrate here. When somebody hits, let's say if somebody hits, he gets a +2, fine, others get 0. When the person misses, he gets a 0, the other two people get a +1. This is the exact scenario. So this is +2 0 0 and this is 0 +1. So in case of a hit, the person who is the shooter gets a +2, the other two nothing changes in the scores, and in case of a miss it's 0 for the person and +1 here. Now this is this is another way of doing that negative marking जो आपके एग्जाम में आती है ना, ये negative marking है. The only thing that they are doing is that when you get it incorrect, they are not deducting your marks, but they are giving they are giving marks to your comparators. So that's what is happening. In fact, there are a couple of exams that give you marks for what is it like that they give you they do not do negative marking. What they do is that if you leave a question, they give you some marks, and if you get it incorrect, then they give you a 0, something like that. So but it's the same thing. So what I'll do here is, because problem hit and trial में आ रही थी, I have to manage two numbers. Let's say A is hitting, so you have to manage A's numbers and then B and C's numbers. So if I have to get away from that problem, what I can do is I'll just keep the essence of the problem same, but we'll make a slight change here. Just this is the important part with which you can crack this puzzle in 2 minutes. If in place of this +2 0 0 and +1 scheme, if I make a scheme like this, if you hit, you get a +2, others get a 0 0. If you miss, you get a -1, others get a 0 0. So this is the more conventional way of doing negative marking. This is what you are comfortable with. This is the part that you keep doing all the time, and this is the one that you understand well. Now why I am saying this is that if you realize this one and this one is exactly the same thing in terms of scores. देखो कुछ भी फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है. क्यों नहीं फर्क पड़ने वाला है? Let's say I hit. If I hit, others get a 0, I get a 2. वो तो यहाँ पर भी सेम है. If I hit, I get a 2, others get a 0. But in case of a miss, what is happening is that either others get, both of them get a +1, or in this case I get a -1. But can I say that the net effect here would remain the same? Just stop posting the answers, listen to me now. The net effect would remain the same. Why? Because if I am at X, I remain at X, and others go to whatever their scores was, +1 in that. Or in other words, or in other sense, here I can get a -1 in my score and their scores remain constant. But can I say that the shooter and the two other people, the difference, the net effect here and here would remain the same? Why? Because you add 1 to their scores is the same as you deduct 1 from my score. Are you getting this point? If you get this point, this problem is very easy to solve. Now, some of you would have already guessed why I am using this logic. I am using this logic because I do not want to manipulate with the numbers of the other two people. It's difficult for me even for hit and trial. If I make this logic simpler like this, so my marking scheme becomes +2 for a hit, -1 for a miss, and this gives me same relative scores. Mind it does not give me same scores, it gives me same relative scores. Relative scores का मतलब क्या होता है? अब मैं इसको थोड़ा सा क्लीन कर देता हूँ. Just be patient and remain with me. Okay, relative scores का मतलब क्या होगा कि you already know where C is. C is at 51, B is at 61, A is at 68. If I am saying that by changing the marking scheme to this, if you hit, you get a +2. If you miss, you get a -1. We already have seen that this is the same marking scheme in terms of relative terms. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला था relative scores में. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? That if let's say C is at X, if C is at X, C और B के relative scores में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. मतलब if B got 10 marks more than C, or if B got 10 points more than C in that earlier case in our original point scheme, it would remain the same because हमने अभी already ये देखा. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? If C is at X, B would be at X plus 10, and A would be at, since A and C the difference is 17, he would be at X plus 17. So can I say that if I change this marking scheme, this relative scores would remain the same, which for C would be X, for B would be X plus 10, and for A would be X plus 17. You add the 3. If you add the 3, what you get is 3x plus 27. Fine. Now what should this 3x plus 27 add up to? If you get this point, there is absolutely nothing in this puzzle. I mean, ये 2 मिनट में हो सकती है, एक्चुअली हो सकती है, कोई एग्जैजरेशन नहीं है इसके अंदर. अब देखो, अगर मेरी मार्किंग स्कीम ये है, +2 फॉर अ हिट एंड -1 फॉर अ मिस, मेरा स्कोर्स कैसे आएंगे? टोटल स्कोर्स. लेट्स डू इट हियर. आई नो दैट देयर वर अ टोटल ऑफ 90 हिट्स, 90 अटेम्प्ट्स. आउट ऑफ दीज देयर वर 55 हिट्स. सो टोटल स्कोर कितना आएगा? 55 into 2 विद माई न्यू मार्किंग स्कीम. दैट वुड बी 110. 55 into 2, 55 hits, the person gets 2 for it, so it's 55 into 2, 110. Now how many misses would be there? 90 minus 55, that's 35. So that will be 35 into, and my marking scheme says if you miss, you lose 1 mark. So 35 into -1, that gives you -35. So what is the net then? It would be just a minute, okay, it would be 110 minus 35, which gives you 75. So what is happening here is, just try and understand this part. Just listen to me first. दोबारा देख लेना. What is happening here is that this 75 would be the score in exactly those same circumstances if my scheme changes from that earlier one to this one. Whoever hits changes the score. It simplifies the things for me. Why does it simplify the things for me? Because I don't have to track other people then. If I hit, I get +2. If I miss, I get -1. And with this kind of point scheme, the total point scored would be 75. How? 55 misses के लिए 55 into 2, 110. 35 misses के लिए 35 into -1, -35. 110 minus 35 is 75. So what I know now is that the total point score are 75. Now this 3x plus 27 which I got from here should add up to 75. It should add up to 75. और कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता ना, because ये तो हमने यहाँ पर logically deduce करा है. What it gives me is the value of x. So the value of x becomes 75 minus 27 is 48. X becomes 16. So with this new scheme, my marks would be like this. I'll just put it here in this part. X has C का score which is 16. So C would be at 16 now. Where would B be? B would be at 26, and A would be at 16 plus 17, which is 33. Now just try and understand this part. How is it going to help me? It's going to help me because now when I'm using those when I'm using that hidden trial, I don't have to track other numbers. Are you getting the point? Now if I tell you that tell me very simply, can somebody with 32 hits get 33 marks here? You can answer it very very quickly. How do you answer this very quickly? Just think about this. Let's say the person who has, listen to it carefully, this is the crux. Let's say somebody who has 32 hits all 32 attempts. Let's say he hits all 32 into 2 would be 64. Now what would happen if he misses just one? Just think about this. If he misses just one, can I say that his score would come down by -3? Why -3? क्योंकि देखो एक तो उसने कम हिट करा और उसकी जगह उसने मिस कर दिया. तो ऐसे ही होता है ना नेगेटिव मार्किंग में. एक तो आपने जो कम ठीक करा उसके 2 नंबर गए और एक आपने जो गलत कर दिया उसका -1 हो गया. सो यू गेट your total reduces by -2 because you got one hit fewer and your total reduces by -1 क्योंकि आपने इसको गलत कर दिया. सो बेसिकली अगर एक गलत करा तो 64 - 3 61, 2 गलत करे तो 64 - 6, ये इसी में चलेगा. तो आई कैन से वेरी सिंपली, मैं इसको क्यों यूज कर रहा हूं? क्योंकि मेरे को सीधा एलिमिनेट करना है विदाउट डूइंग एनी हिडन ट्रायल हियर. कैन आई से 38 into 2 is 64? दिस कैन नेवर गिव मी अ नंबर लाइक 33 बिकॉज जो इसका डिफरेंस है 64 - 33 दैट्स नॉट अ मल्टीपल ऑफ 3. दिस इज लॉजिक, दिस इज कॉमन सेंस, दिस इज नंबर सिस्टम एंड दिस इज नो हिडन ट्रायल एट ऑल. 64 से जब मैं 3 के डिफरेंसेस पे कम करूंगा तो वो कैसे मूव करेगा? 64 में लेट्स से आई गेट 1 इनकरेक्ट, आई विल गेट 61. इफ आई गेट 2 इनकरेक्ट, आई विल गेट 58. इफ आई गेट 3 इनकरेक्ट, आई विल गेट 55. But can this number ever reach 33? No, it would skip 33. So what it means is that to arrive at 33, I cannot have 32 attempts. It's not possible. So it'll have to be some special number. Now let me just erase this part and explain to you कौन सा number वो हो सकता है जिससे हमें इसको एकदम से आंसर मिल जाता. What can be that number? Let's say I look at 30 now. 30 में क्या होता? 30, what would happen in case of 30? Maximum possible score कितना होता? 30 into 2 which is 60. Now if I start reducing from 60, can I reach this number 33 for A? Yes, I can. Why? Because I have assumed here that he got all 30 correct, then the score is 60. If I can use my common sense, I can see here clearly that if he gets 9 incorrect, so basically which means that he hits 21 and he misses 9, that would be the score. Why? Because 9 into 3 is 27. 60 minus 27 gives you 33. मतलब it is as simple as that. इसमें कुछ भी नहीं करना है. 30 अगर सारे हिट करे होते तो 60 आता, बट सारे हिट नहीं करें, उसका स्कोर कितना है? 33. कैन आई से दैट ही लूजेस 3 फॉर एवरी मिस? फाइन, ही लूजेस 3 फॉर एवरी मिस. सो व्हाट इज द टोटल दैट ही इज लूजिंग? 33 आया है तो 60 minus 33, 27 is what he loses in all. If he loses 27 in all, it means that he must have missed 9 times. तो मेरे को सीधा यहाँ से A के नंबर्स मिल गए. क्या होंगे नंबर्स? लेट मी जस्ट क्लीन इट अप फर्दर बिकॉज द स्क्रीन इज नाउ चॉक ब्लॉक. I can see that this 30 satisfies for A. So basically this guy here is our A. And what are his numbers? A does 21 hits and 9 misses. And how much time do I get it? इसको समझने में टाइम लग रहा है, करने में एकदम टाइम लगता है if you get this logic. And this gives me 33. B के लिए देख लो, B क्या हो सकता है? Now you try with 32 and 28. B का कौन सा नंबर हो सकता है? Let's say I try for B with 28. Fine, 28 with 32. फाइन, 32 का डबल कितना होता है? 32 into 2 इट्स 64. फाइन, 64 से जो इसका डिफरेंस है, दिस थिंग हियर, कैन इट रीच 26? 64 minus 26 कितना होगा यहाँ पर? दिस वुड बी दिस वुड नॉट बी अ मल्टीपल ऑफ 3, सो इट कैन नॉट बी दिस थिंग. सो इट मीन्स हियर दैट B इज नॉट दिस गाय, B इज द वन विथ 28 हिट्स. सो what it becomes would be something like this. I am writing the final one here. So B is the guy with 28 hits. Fine. So B is 28 hits and 28 into 2 is 56. B के कितना है? 26. देखो कितनी जल्दी हो सकता है. 56 is the double of 28. Fine. This is 28 into 2. Fine. So had he got all 28 right, fine, he would have got 56. But what is the score? 26. इसका मतलब कितना गलत हुआ? 56 minus 26 is 30. 3 into 10 is 30. So it means that he messed up 10 hits यहाँ पर. So that's the breakup. Fine. So what is his breakup now? This is basically 18 hits and 10 misses. And for C it would be the remaining. तो आप देख ही सकते हो. Now it would be 16 hits and 16 misses. The reason why I did this is because you get it very quickly. You might, some of you, I'm 100% would say ये बहुत कम्बरसम है. ये कम्बरसम नहीं है, मजाक नहीं कर रहा हूँ, 2 मिनट में किया आऊँगा मैं इसको, मतलब इससे ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा इसको करने में. बट द थिंग इज दैट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दीज काइंड ऑफ लॉजिक्स. ये सिमुलेशन एक्सरसाइज है एंड वी यूज इट वंडरफुली इन ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ लॉजिक एंड क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड. आई हैव एक्सप्लेन इट वेरी इलेबोरेटली, किसी बुक में कहीं कहीं आपको नहीं मिलेगा इस तरीके से इतना टाइम लगाने के बाद में. आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू टू गो थ्रू इट, अंडरस्टैंड द कंप्लीट सोल्यूशन एंड स्पेशली अंडरस्टैंड द पार्ट दैट आई डिड हियर, कि मैंने इसकी मार्किंग स्कीम क्यों चेंज की थी. You get questions like this and it works beautifully. You might think it will take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it takes 2 minutes. If you can understand this logic, कुछ भी नहीं है इसके अंदर. मतलब if I have to erase this and do it quickly, what I'll do is, I just realize that the 3 numbers would be x, x plus 10, x plus 17. I add up to them. I realize quickly that C got 16, this 16, B got 26, A got 33. I just realize very very quickly कि A का 33 सिर्फ 30 attempts पे आ सकता है. ये जो इसका B का यहाँ पर 28 है, यहाँ पर इससे आ सकता है, एंड C वुड्स द गाय एट 32, एंड यू डू दिस पजल वेरी क्विकली. Listen to it again. My request to you, if you, I mean, all of you who want to do these kind of puzzles, simulation exercise, it works wonderfully in all such questions. Nothing more to explain in this. Please try and understand this part. 3x plus 27 क्या है, ये मैंने बहुत डिटेल में समझाया. रिवाइंड करिए और दोबारा से देखिए. लेट मी जस्ट वाइंड दिस अप नाउ. ओके, समबडी सेज कि आप तो कर ही लोगे, हम कैसे करेंगे. मर्जी है यार आपकी. कुछ लोग करते हैं ना, कुछ लोग के 200 में से 200 आते हैं एसएससी सीजीएल के मैथमेटिक्स में. डिसाइड फॉर योरसेल्फ इफ यू वांट टू बी वन ऑफ देम, इफ यू वांट टू बी दोज हु जस्ट ट्रज, कीप ट्रजिंग एंड समहाउ जस्ट manage to reach the cutoff marks. It's up to you. I try and take you up to a level at which I would want you to be there. It's completely your call. If you want, you can do it by equations, by that thing. I'll be glad if you do it by the method that I just told you. Watch it 3 times, 4 times. What does it take you? 15-20 minutes, an hour. If you understand this, this is going to work wonders for you. Fine. So this is it. This is it for me. Let me just very quickly read your comments if somebody has got something to say here, and then let's wind this up. Let me just unmute myself and reappear. So nothing much here. My request remains the same. If you didn't get it, still didn't get it, watch it again. If you get it, it's going to work for you. All right. So this was it. This is the new type puzzles that I wanted to discuss with you. I'll probably discuss a couple more in the next puzzle session, which I'll discuss with you when to do it. Next week we'll probably do some DI, and tomorrow session I'll announce on Facebook as well as here. By tomorrow morning what's going to be, but it's going to be a session tomorrow for all of you, right? So this is it. Let me just call it a day. Watch all 3 of them again, do it like them. I'll be glad. Fine, I'll be ecstatic if you can understand this thing. Fine, ठीक है. I'll just take your leave now. We'll meet again tomorrow with something else. Keep working hard. These are the last 25 days left now. If you work hard now, it's going to be wonderful for you. And thank you so very much for your patience. I'll see you tomorrow again. Thanks a lot.